Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to what are we going to call this, Doobie? I was like, I don't even have a name for it.
We are doing a pop up discussion of the latest news for the Disney Cruise Line, the Disney Wish. The reason we're doing this is because we love the Disney Cruise Line and we have an excuse to talk about it.
Pretty much. Let's see. So since April, the end of April, Laughing Place has been providing lots of information about the Disney Wish. We're very excited about this upcoming cruise ship. I would invite you to be sure and check out our tag of Disney-Wish over on laughingplace.com. Here you can see the various articles that we've been posting as more and more information is coming out about the Disney Wish, which will set sail in 2020. But for now,
2022, probably.
I'm sorry, 2022, because 2020 is already passed.
Yes.
I just realized that my chair is in the background and everything, but
Yeah.
so there we go. David wants to talk about it.
There's only two of us, so.
But if I, whenever I share and come back, it'll go back to the other one.
Oh, automatically?
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can click that one instead of just saying, anyway, we'll figure that out.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
I guess technically this is a special edition of Disney Parks Talk Live.
Okay.
Right.
Well, thanks, David. Please, if you have any questions or anything in particular that you want to ask, go right ahead. But we're going to start off by talking about what was shared today in video and announcement over on the Disney Parks blog and also at Laughing Place. And that would be various Disney adult offerings,
which are so exciting because we are adults, and when we go
Sometimes.
on the Disney Cruise Line, we spend a lot of time in the adult areas. Not necessarily partying or anything; it's just fun. They're so well done, so well themed, and so much fun that we just end up spending a ton of time there. So, let's get to talking.
I think I'd like to start off with the areas that are somewhat familiar, and that is the dining areas where like Paulo, that kind of fine dining. These are things that we've had before aboard the Disney cruise, but with the Disney Wish, they're being elevated to a new level. So I think first off, we'll show this adult lounge that's on the deck there with on the same level as the two premium dining restaurants called Paulo Steakhouse and Enchanté. And the Rose is kind of the lounge where you can enjoy drinks, perhaps before your meal, or maybe after your meal, or maybe just in general. And it's the whole area. This whole area is has this unifying theme this time of Beauty and the Beast.
So, just real quick to give our credentials here. Rebecca and I have been on 11 Disney cruises. We will shortly be taking our 12th. So a lot of what we talk about will be contrasting this ship with the existing ships, just, because that's what we have to compare it to. So one of the interesting things here is on the Dream and the Fantasy, they have the Meridian Bar, which separates Remy and Paulo. And it's like right in the middle, looking out the back of the ship. And then those come off to the left and right. Here, this is actually off to the side, if you look at a deck plan. And then Paulo is next to it. And Remy is next to it, and then Paulo is next to it. Although I'm sure there's a way to go straight to the other. But it's just interesting the way they've relayed it out.
I can show you in the diagram here. You can see the Rose is right here, and then you can see how there's an entranceway to the Paulo Steakhouse here.
Mm-hmm.
But if you make this turn, then you'll end up at. Right. It appears that you would end up at Enchanté.
And then Paulo, which has always been an Italian restaurant, will continue to be that, but it's also now a steakhouse, which has become a very standard upscale thing on cruise lines. So it's nice to see Disney having one as well. But I'm excited about Enchanté, which I'm not even going to try to say his name, but the chef is a Michelin-starred chef, and I like to do those big eating experiences once. I did Remy once, and I'm looking forward to doing Enchanté once. We'll see how it goes, but it's just such a special experience. I'm sorry if I've jumped ahead. You're talking.
No, you're fine. While the Rose kind of celebrates the flower, that's at the heart of Beauty and the Beast, Enchanté is a celebration of Lumiere. So you have a lot of focus on luminescence, candles, that type of thing. So at the entryway, you have this beautiful chandelier that will greet you. And then, like I say, throughout the location, very much the focus is on those elements of luminousness. This to me screams Doobie. You really enjoy that kind of just very, very white and luminous environment.
It's very white. It's very clean. The lamps with just a simple circles. I look at this picture and I love this so much. I can't wait to experience it. And I see David talking about the cruise prices, which, you know, Disney can be a little pricey, but worth every penny. But make no mistake, these restaurants, Palo is an upcharge, and then Remy and certainly Enchante will be an up charge. You will pay extra, but you will not regret it. The experience will be like, you know, unless you're eating in places I only dream of, the experience will be like nothing you've ever had. The service, the unique food, it's quite an experience.
And this is a view of Palo, and Palo Steakhouse is going to be showcasing elements of design that will be reminiscent of Cogsworth, right? So you have lots of circular elements, the notions of kind of that clock face, those types of elements are what they're bringing into the designs at the Palo Steakhouse.
It's ironic they're calling it, they're doing it after Cogsworth, because Palo I felt like was perfect like it was, but now they're changing it. And Cogsworth always said, if it's not Baroque, don't fix it.
You're so goofy. One of the elements that I enjoyed about the video that came out today regarding these adult areas was a little peek that they gave us at kind of what it's like to design these. They showed the Imagineering team standing in these like virtual rooms, and it was really wild because there was this one moment where he like moves his hands like this, like you do like a pinch point on a screen, and it zoomed in on the screen right there in the room that it was so bizarre. It was wild.
So on the left, you have Captain Picard, and there's number one, and they're on the holodeck.
Yeah. And these are actually scenes from a discussion of Hyperspace Lounge. And one of the elements of this is a location that we were already familiar with, but we learned a little bit more about it today. This little dude over here in the corner caught my eye, Juby.
What is that? I'm not a Star Wars guy.
No, I don't immediately recognize it. I probably should. I don't immediately recognize it, but the notion that there's going to be kind of this possibility of like little items like this on display, as well as that visual, you know, that we already were aware of. I got really excited because I keep hoping, fingers crossed, that we'll have some sort of Dianoga.
Do you imagine if that's an animatronic too? If he actually moves, yeah, wow, that's a whole nother level.
I was going back and forth between animatronic versus like some sort of projection thing, so that it might be different if I came in at some other point, like maybe I wouldn't know what it would be. So I kind of flip-flopped on which I would hope for. Let's look. Where do you want to go next, Doobie? I can go anywhere.
So David says he's curious on upcharges. I'm pretty sure Palo right now for dinner is $65 on the existing ships. I don't know what Remy is. I'm sorry. So that's what you're looking at, is somewhere in that neighborhood. Let's go. So we've revealed, they had already revealed the Star Wars Lounge. Let's go to the other lounges that they've revealed, either Bayou or.
I can go to Bayou. I'll go to Bayou.
Yeah, let's do Bayou, and then we can also do the piano lounge and the sports lounge, the pub.
There you go.
So this is Bayou. It's, of course, themed to Princess and the Frog. This is actually a pretty large area, pretty close to the atrium, judging by the deck plans. And it's beautiful. What do you think, Rebecca?
I'm loving the notion of kind of stepping into the film. You have this magnolia blossom, magnolias. You have the fireflies. I'm sure that will twinkle, right? Because that's what fireflies do.
A canopy of twinkling fireflies overhead.
And I will have to say that even though when you look at this, there isn't like an immediate character that jumps out. I know that they said in the description that there will be characters throughout the location. I think they said bronze figures. But what I loved about this was, even though I didn't see an immediate like visual that was, you know, Tiana or Rey, I immediately knew that this was Princess and the Frog. The color palette, just immediately I was like, okay, I know what this is. Yeah. I know what the wish is going for here.
And I love the red. That it looks really beautiful to me. And it also says it's going to have two gazebos in there. I don't think we can see those in this concept
It
art.
it may be that off to the right, it looks perhaps like there's a little bit of an arching framework in the visual, but once again, you're right. It's hard to make out. That's one of those things where so many times with the visuals, I was like, oh, pan a little bit, pan a little bit more. And obviously these are artist renderings.
Sure.
So, we have yet to see what it will look like in the actual.
So the place it most reminds me of is Pink, or no, not even Ooh La La, mostly Pink, which I believe is on the Dream.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's a small champagne bar. This place is much larger than that. I think it's going to be the location for some fun stuff, in addition to being able to go there and drink a lot, which I don't do much of.
They also highlighted the piano bar, which is called Nightingales.
Sweet. Sorry.
No, beautifully done. Just magnificent. Yes, much like Anastasia Adrizella, Dewey.
Wow.
Dewey is singing Sweet Nightingale, and once again, I love the look. This immediately is I want to be there today.
I'm a big fan of the piano bars, the Keys Sessions. I think that's the same place that's renamed. But the existing ships often have a piano bar, and I love to go in there. The pianists are really nice. They tend to be very quiet, not a lot of people. They have a good view, as you can see there. They have the porthole with a nice view, and I love to hang out at the piano bars. And again, like so much on the Wish, this place looks larger than the existing ones they've had, so it'd be even more comfortable. As you probably know, the Wish is a larger ship than they currently have with the same number of rooms, so they're able to do more. So yeah, I think this is going to be a place that I like as well.
I was trying to figure out how to zoom in a little bit more, Doobie, but
are you using
image glass? Yes, I am.
Yeah, just hold down the control key and scroll the mouse wheel. You don't have a mouse wheel, so sorry.
No, it's okay.
You're using a trackball. I'm not sure on the trackball.
I'm a trackball person.
If you press, sorry, one more thing. Press the T, just the letter T.
Yeah.
And then is there a zoom button there?
I didn't see one. I was trying. Wow. Oh, wait, here we
go. Okay, so plus and minus. You can just use plus and minus.
Oh, okay. So if I do this, there we go.
There we go.
Is this chandelier right here that's over the piano? It caught my eye in the video, and then they were kind enough to also have a moment where they have this image of the kind of the design phase of it. Mm-hmm. So it says notes are dimensional bubbles that spring off the staff out into the air, and then the melody is the actual melody of Nightingale. Aww. And yeah, so I got really excited when I kind of screen grabbed this moment from the video.
Looking forward to learning the notes then.
Yep. So lots of lots of little nods. I guess I really like the way that this ship is paying homage and being very Disney, but yet I don't want to say not in a cartoon way, because I'm not trying to put down animation. I love animation, but there's just something elevated. No, but there's just something elevated about the way that they're bringing these Disney elements into it. That's really beautiful.
Yeah, I mean You want to have the Disney. People have made it clear they want Disney on their ship. Disney used to kind of do a balance between heavy Disney stuff and some stuff that wasn't Disney at all. And it seems like they've gotten a message that they want Disney. People want their Disney everywhere. So there are Disney on areas here where typically we haven't gotten to the spa yet. And it clearly has some Disney influences. But they've done it in a way that it doesn't make it cartoonish. It doesn't make it whimsical necessarily. It's still done in an elegant way, but still picking from the cartoons from Disney's history.
I like that. I like that. I like the way that you phrased that. If, like many people, you've been disappointed about your inability to get an appointment at Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, the Disney Wish is offering the Untangled Salon. And this is a stunning location, clearly inspired by Rapunzel. You have the Corona sun. You have the purples and golds that we are so associate with that particular princess. The flower, the flower, but yet it seems the way that they've done the flower chandelier, it's almost like it's her glowing hair, right, as well. So it's kind of a reminiscent of both. And
The
you'll be able to get
lanterns.
manicures here, pedicures, and various salon stylings. I will tell you that one of the things that I typically do on a cruise, because it isn't something I do in my real life, is go to the salon. I tend to be just a simple haircut kind of gal.
Normally I cut her hair.
No, you did during COVID, but in general, no. But yeah, this I'm particularly excited for this because I have been somebody who goes to the salon on board ship, and the idea of it being kind of a more of a Disney experience rather than just elegant, like a Disney elegant. I'm super excited. I love the portals. I've always enjoyed watching the sea go by as I'm getting the cut and blow dry and everything. So
this is my favorite picture or rendering. These colors are beautiful, and again, the white, the starkness of it, the gold, it just looks so clean and simple, and I love it. I don't think we introduced ourselves. My name is Doobie. I am the co-founder of Laughing Place.
Oh, you're right.
Co-founder of Laughing Place, and the person down below me is Rebecca, the other co-founder of Laughing Place, and much more importantly, my wife. So we are the Mosleys, and we are doing this. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. No, I'm sorry. I think I got thrown off by the fact I hadn't thought of like a particular name for this show. So I got thrown off my game, as it were. So yeah. So and then they also are doing a similar styling to their barber experience, and in this case, they're shifting to Captain Hook and a pirate life.
And this is the first time they've had a Barbary on one of the ships, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, obviously, a male could get their hair cut in the salon, but they haven't had a traditional barber.
I feel like they did have a section that, like I feel like they did have a barber on one of the ships, but I maybe, but
I don't have a lot of experience.
I want to say it was near one of the near one of the spas rather than by the hair salon itself.
Okay.
But in this case, once again, they're bringing in fanciful Disney elements. Some of the lights are going to twinkle and have audio effects as if to illustrate Tinkerbell's visitations. The other interesting element, and here, let me read what our team wrote. It says that not only will Hook's Barbary provide salon and barber services, but it will also boast the ultimate toast to a pirate's life, a hidden bar. This not-so-secret treasure trove of pre-prohibition bourbons, vintage whiskey and port, aged rum, yada, yada. It'll be the ideal low-key hangout, romantic date night location, hosted tasting, special events. It's just a really fascinating...
Yeah. I see this as the cigar and cognac location of the future.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
And you can see that transitionary area in the foreground of the artist rendering here. And thank you, Tony, for coming in and shoring me up with my barbershop on the dream. Okay, but yeah.
Tony, by the way, Tony is a member of a barbershop quartet, so it makes sense that he would know that.
Yeah, see, you can see it right there. Yeah. He wasn't wearing his sparkly vest in that photo.
He's the baritone. I don't even know what that means. So yeah, this bar aspect, as our CEO Benji said, the bar will only be used by the barber, so to keep things more interesting. That's why he's called the barber.
Very good.
This looks fun. And it looks really cool. And again, like we were just talking about, it's Captain Hook's Barbary, but it's inspired by, and it's subtle, and it's still elegant. And there will be a consistent tick-tocking sound while you're getting your
haircut. I guess the crocodile's hot on your trail, huh?
Hot on the trail. That would be the next customer. So this is all part of the Census Spa, still called Census. I think it's Census on every single ship, isn't it? One of the few places that doesn't get renamed.
And in this case, they've enlarged the spa. They're focusing on bringing a kind of a nature serene environment to the spa. You're going to see some familiar elements to Senses.
What's going on there? Are you sitting in a hanging chair with your feet in the water?
That's my impression.
Okay, that looks good.
Yeah, it looks really sweet. And then you've got the heated chairs that are delightful to enjoy in this indoor rainforest setting. You can see them kind of off to the left. Familiar favorites for those of us who have done the cruises. And then
And
as a
then
first, they are taking that senses environment, that rainforest sereneness outside
this
and
is exciting. This is
carrying it out
exciting.
into the outer deck area. Yeah, this is really beautiful. The deep woods with the cream colors, and then the greens of the rainforest. The one thing I'm very fascinated by is this notion that it's exposed, right? Because you have the general public, as it were, just kind of wandering around the top of the deck. So I'm fascinated with how this is going to play as an experience, but I love the idea.
So there's a couple of this is so amazingly beautiful. I can't even say it. There's a couple of things I'm interested to see. First of all, they've moved census to deck 4. Typically, census has been on the top of the ship, and they've moved it to deck 4, which is so interesting to me because as you get lower on the ship, you just feel more like you're in the bowels of the place. So, but
But
as a result, it's much bigger. So,
mhm.
so that's nice. I am curious to see how much of this is only for people who have purchased something as opposed to who just want to go. For example, and a lot of people don't know this, but the locker rooms in the spa are available to anyone. They have huge showers there. I'm a large guy, so usually I will go up to the spa in the morning and I will go take my shower at the Senses Spa. I just walk in and say, hey, just going to use the locker room. Go in there, take a shower, nice and comfortable. They've got the robes. You can get dressed in peace. And then I walk out. No one cares. It's perfectly fine. I'm a member of the cruise. I don't have to pay to use the spa. Is that outdoor area back there only a part of the rainforest package, or can I
Mhm.
just say, oh, I'm just going to go sit outside and just go enjoy this area? I mean, either way, I can understand you don't want it to be overused, but if like the shower, it becomes available to anyone, that is a pro tip.
It's like an elevated adult experience, and I'm
Right.
interested, like you, to see if this is an additional fee or not, and how that is handled. Uh, I I'm still unsure, but the
I
nice
have
thing
no
is,
problem with that.
yeah. But the nice thing is, so many of these are these little alcoves along the sides, right? So you're sitting there, it's like a very different kind of sensation. So,
I go dancing in the park every afternoon. I don't mind people staring at me. I will be plenty comfortable.
but it looks, I mean, I get restful just looking at it.
And are those hot tubs in the center there?
Yes, those appear to be hot tubs in the center. They've got these wavy shea lounges here, and we loved these in the adult area of the
Cove bar
Dream
area?
and Fantasy. Yeah, over by the Cove Bar, they are so cozy to sit there, so comfy. So I'm thrilled with this look. And the other thing about this is that it's enclosed, and one of the challenges sometimes previously, and they've moved the entire adult zone to the rear of the ship. Um, I'm not the spa, but the other portions. And it used to be that you would have lots of families and coming through as well, because they were trying to get to their staterooms, and they've resolved that with the move of the adult zone to the rear of the ship. But now you've got this even additional, if you really need seclusion, right? You can you can be here in this little outdoor senses spa zone.
Right. But
So
presumably, I'm sorry, I said deck 4 earlier, since this is actually on deck 5, and presumably this is deck 5 as well. Judging by the deck plan I'm looking at, I think so. And so it's just a weird thing. If you want to come hang out here, it's not next to the adult zone the way it is currently right now, where the census and the adult zone are right next to each other. You've got to take a bit of a trek, but it's worth it.
And as part of today's announcement, we also learned more about the theming of the pub. We've seen 687, right, in honor of the build number. We've seen O'Gill's, kind of a, right? Yeah, O'Gill's,
Mm-hmm.
kind of an Irish pub with, as I recall, like little fish sculpts with a little a pipe. And hey, I actually, can you talk for a moment? I have to disappear for just a moment.
Yeah. What I can't do is change the picture though. So, as Rebecca said, O'Gill's, I think diversions on the Magic and Wonder, but they were redone. And this is one of the few places that isn't inspired by a existing property. This is themed to Norway in general, but not a particular Disney property, not even Frozen. That's like a sail. I think they call it like 1800 sailors.
Yeah,
1800s
1800s Norwegian sailors.
not 1800
Exactly.
sailors.
No. So the folklore of Norwegian seafaring
Yeah,
and
but
you can
not
see
Frozen.
barnacles. No, yes, not specifically to Frozen. And then on the portals, you can see the portholes. I said it like it's a portal. Portholes. You can see carvings that are indicative of like tentacles and various sea imagery.
And presumably those are televisions, not just very interesting photography choices.
the other, I don't know, did you mention that that among the items that you would find here, they're going to include an homage to Disney characters and stories related to the sea. For example, they specifically showcase in the announcement Ursula and Moana. And then the maps that are featured here will have nods to locations that are of import or appreciation to the Disney company as a whole, including construction of the Disney Wish.
Oh, that's very cool. I did not mention that. So, and then Rebecca speculates, I suspect accurately, that this non-character location will be used as the basis for overlays for special nights, like O'Gill's is currently for Pirate and what do they use it for? Oh, Rapunzel night on the ship. They don't.
I don't know.
They turned it into the Snuggly Duggly.
Oh, see, I thought that was the other one. The one that's the forward bar.
You're probably right, but one of them gets turned into the Ugly Duggly.
Snuggly Duggly.
Snuggly Duckling, and that's probably what will happen here.
Help me with the name of the bar that I'm thinking of. That becomes the
It's not O'Gill's.
No, that's a midship. It's whatever the diversions is on the.
I thought that was O'Gill's.
Okay. Maybe my memory's not right on this one.
Tony's on it.
Yep, Tony's on it. So those are the announcements that came out today. We learned, if you're just joining us, we learned more about the premium dining areas that are going to be the Rose, Palo, Steakhouse, and Enchanté. We got to see a little bit more of Hyperspace Lounge, which is the Star Wars themed bar location. We had the chance to see the new outdoor spread for census spots, not only going to be indoors, but it's outdoors. The pub is called the Keg and Compass. There's the piano bar Nightingales. The Bayou Lounge, beautiful lounge coming to the Disney Wish. You wanted to talk a little bit about the Cove.
I did.
Yeah.
Do you have a picture of the adult pool? Look at that. So the adult pools have always been upstairs, even in the back, but they didn't truly go on the back of the ship. The closest was the satellite lounge, but even that, there was a lot of stuff between you and the end of the ship. But here,
Tony has your back. O'Gill's on the Disney Magic becomes the Snuggly.
It's my boy. But here you can sit. It's almost like an infinity pool, but 12 decks up, looking out onto the ocean. And this is a dream.
Many infinity pools are high up, so that when you look, you're looking out to the ocean. That's quite
really. I think I'm being just right at ocean level. Anyway, this location to me, I can't wait to enjoy this pool. It seems to take Satellite Falls to the next level in terms of location, and I'm excited about trying it out.
Yeah. Really cool. Oh, more food. Before we go, Doobie, I wanted to throw this image up on the screen.
What is this?
I don't know. They were showing like various just kind of design images, and amongst them was, to me, the one on the left is Figment, and the one on the right is Elliot. And
I would agree.
I don't know what they are.
Figment is a character from Epcot, and Elliot is a dragon from Pete's Dragon.
But just based upon the announcements that we've had so far about the locations on board ship, I couldn't totally place them within them. I'm sure there's some, because I want to say there's one thing that's called like the Wonderland, right? The Wonderland Theater, or let me pull up I'm still learning all the names, so bear with me.
They actually have 2 theaters on this ship.
Yes. And the names are not on my papers right here. The Wonderland and the Neverland Cinemas.
Yes.
Those are the cinemas on board ship. But this didn't seem to jump from either of those worlds either. So
and there's so many. If you look at the deck plans, there's so many places that have still yet to be revealed. So
this feels like a tease for what may still yet be on the horizon.
Could be something in the kids area, which they haven't revealed all that much about, or
don't know.
Could just be something in there to mess with vloggers' minds.
Could be, but it got me excited. So.
But them both being dragons, that can't be a coincidence,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. Oh, Tony says Passamaquoddy, even though he says whatever he said. Passamaquoddy is a harbor town.
But not Figment. So, he doesn't really fit there.
No, he's more like imagination.
Maybe he's imagining he's there.
So, yeah, Tony's thinking it'll be sconces in the Norwegian place. Because dragons are part of seafaring lore.
Oh, okay.
So I can buy it.
I'll take that bet, Tony.
I'm just unsure.
Cool.
So yeah, so lots going on. In the description below, we'll include links to the articles that we have with the information on all these announcements, and then the place where you can follow to continue to find out what's new information we're learning about the Disney Wish as it prepares to set sail in 2022.
Next summer, about a year away. So incredibly exciting. I can't wait to go.
Very, very exciting. I guess that's it. Did you have anything else, Jimmy?
No, I think it's good. That's the big announcements today, the adult areas. So if we happen to be on the same sailing as you, you know where to find us.
For sure. Yep. Which one are you most excited to check out of the ones we discussed? Which is like your
my goodness.
Yeah, I'm torn. I think I've got which one I want to go to first.
I mean, that pool in the adult area is very exciting, but also and I know you're not a real upscale eater, so I don't know when I'll get a chance to do it, but I'm looking forward to Enchante. Remy is still a rat, no matter how upscale they make it, but Enchante is Beauty and the Beast, which is inherently elegant, and I want to check it out. Plus, look at that place.
Yeah, it does look quite stunning.
Is that velvet on the walls?
It's I think it's metallic, because when you look at the next image, in the evening, like a darker, see, it looks a different shade. Oh, hey, hold up. Where did it go? I'm going to hit the button and it'll actually see.
Oh, look at you. Server appeared. Go back to the other one. Yeah, it looks better during the day, which maybe they'll have a brunch.
So, yeah. So, nice.
What are you most looking forward to?
I'm torn. As a Cinderella fan, I'm very excited over the homage to Cinderella. However, this picture right here, I am very excited to experience the beauty of the Bayou.
Disney cruise ships are beautiful throughout. Yes, I mean, just beautiful. So many different ways they're beautiful, but there's something for everyone. That is not something you have to worry about. This is kind of tacky. That's not a problem Disney has. There's no gaudy to be found.
No, and it's just been so interesting to see this transformation from very subtle Disney touches here and there, and locations where you would be like immersed, but then locations where you were almost challenged to figure out where's the Disney in this. Mm-hmm. Whereas now I don't feel like you're going to be challenged in that same way. I feel like the Disney's going to be very easy to find, and yes. I'm so excited for this new design idea that we're seeing more and more. We're seeing it at the resorts with these transformations of the Moana, the Polynesian with Moana theming, the contemporary mm-hmm. with the Incredibles theming. We're just seeing it in a lot of places, and in talking with so many fellow Disney fans, I hear their excitement They want their when they're on their Disney vacation, they want their 24/7 Disney. That's what they seem to be asking for, and so it's exciting to see the design teams responding in this way.
Yeah, it's a change, and when you're on a cruise, it really, really, really is 24/7. You're not going to drive off to iDrive.
Right.
So yeah, but I expect it to be hugely popular. I, for one, am very much looking forward to it. Beauty and the Beast, one of my favorite Pixar movies, so I'm excited to see what they do there.
Poor Tony.
So
poor Tony. He just does that to troll Tony.
I think that's it.
Yeah, well, thank you for joining us on this quick pop-up chat. We were just super excited about all the adult offerings and announcements for the Disney Wish, so we thought we'd come and just share a little bit of our excitement and let you know what's going on. We'll see you around here at Laughing Place. We've always got things going on here.
Yeah,
live stuff in the park. Doobie and Gideon host a trivia contest.
Yeah, in just 2 hours, Rebecca, or 2.5 hours, Rebecca will be a part of Drafting Place, where her and 3 inferior competitors will be drafting
no,
various
not at all.
Disney World food categories. So I'm looking forward to watching that one myself.
Bring your appetite, man. Apparently, we're going to make everybody hungry with our discussions.
So that's why you want to like, subscribe, ring the dingy dingy, and don't miss out on any of the fun.
Yep. Well, I'll let you end the broadcast, Doobie. We'll see y'all real soon. Bye.
See you. Swing, swing.